promise that you'll never be lonely. Be the fam, that's what they call me.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Project Auto YouTube channel, and thanks so much for stopping by. And in today's video, I'm going to talk to you about my Cub Cadet XT1 42-inch cut riding mower. We did a video on this several years ago, and in this video, I want to talk about what it's been like to own this Cub Cadet for the last 4 years. And let's see how many hours are on it. 132 hours. So 4 years and 132 hours of ownership. We're going to talk about it, and this thing's a little dirty. I haven't cleaned it. I just got done mowing. So let's clean it up before we talk about it, right? All right, so that's a little better, right? Not perfect, but it's better. But to continue this video, we're going to go ahead and pull into the garage right here behind me, because I believe with the wind, we've got a storm coming. So I don't want to get rained on, plus it's windy, so I want to eliminate the wind noise. So I want to pull her into the garage, and we'll start this video. Alrighty guys, so just like that, we are in the garage. So let's get this video started. Let's quit dragging it on and let's just get started. So this is the Cub Cadet XT1 Enduro Series. It's the LT42. It's a 42-inch cut riding mower that we purchased roughly 4 years ago. And some of those videos that I've done with this mower have done pretty well. You guys like watching those videos, so I thought, why not do a overview of my ownership experience with this mower. So I want to talk a little bit about the maintenance, what maintenance I've had to do to it, issues, and the overall experience that I've had with this particular mower. So like I said, I bought it roughly 4 years ago. I'll take you on a quick walk around here. It's typical Cub Cadet yellow, 42-inch. And just to mention, I do mow roughly 2 acres with this. So yeah, I know it's probably kind of on the small side as far as deck size goes. But nonetheless, it's held up very well. It does the job very well. And I've had no complaints out of it, except for one minor thing that we will cover here in just a second. But we'll do a little walk around. I'll show you the wear and tear, so to speak, that this mower has incurred over the years. So I'm going to start right here on the seat. So this seat, pretty comfortable seat. It's got a high back. You know, it's not a Cadillac seat by any means, but it is comfortable. You know, I don't hurt after sitting on this for, you know, the hour and a half that it takes to mow my yard. But very comfortable, but it is starting to show its wear. The plastic or vinyl, whatever it is starting to crack and peel right here, which is actually kind of surprising that it's happened up here and not, you know, down here on the bottom where, you know, you kind of slide on and off the seat. So I don't know if something hit this and I didn't notice it and it's just peeled ever since. But that is one spot that may have been caused by me, but I don't know. So that's one wearable spot. The second one that was caused by me is up here on the hood. I got snagged underneath a swing that we had on a tree. I went to mow underneath it and I lifted the swing up and it slipped out of my hand and it got caught underneath here, this lip, and it pulled up and it cracked this hood here. That was about a year ago. I was going to order a new hood, but I haven't done it yet. It's more or less just cosmetic, so I'm not too concerned about it. It's got your normal, you know, wear and tear and scratches up here on the front from tree branches and, you know, things of that nature. You know, we got some wear and tear up here on the plastic. but nothing too crazy. I did have, if you saw in one of the previous videos with this mower, we got a snow blade for the front of this. It is out in the tin shed. I can show you that in another video. But we do have the brackets here, the quick disconnect brackets right here for it. So we've got those installed. And there was a couple comments on a previous video where I talked about that snow blade that said that this mower was not designed for that. The transmission wasn't strong enough. I get that. Okay, this isn't, you know, the really large John Deere garden tractor and, you know, with big beefy tires on the back and a humongous transmission and, you know, huge motor and just ready to plow through 10 feet of snow. I get that. But I don't have a very big driveway. Most of it is gravel. Actually, from about this edge of this garage on is gravel. The rest of it up here is blacktop. But the main reason I got this was my neighbor next door, his wife was sick. She had dementia, and a lot of times there would be an ambulance that would need to come in to take her to the hospital if she, you know, had an episode. So the main reason that we got that was so I could at least do the best I could to keep the driveway clear for them so the ambulance could get in and get out fairly quickly. So this was never used to plow, you know, 6 inches of snow. The max it ever plowed was maybe 2 to 3, and it was never a wet, heavy snow. It was always just a lightweight, and I put chains on the back tire, and it plowed through it, no problem. So we had no issues with that. Excuse me. But moving on from that, just your minor, you know, little scratches here and there. It's dirty. You know, we'll look underneath here. Not too bad. It's pretty clean. I have changed the blades twice. We had them sharpened, obviously, you know, multiple times, but I've changed them twice. Actually, you know, getting new blades. But there was one other thing that I did that was partially my fault, I guess. Usually I walk the yard before I mow because I don't like to run over, you know, large sticks or, you know, rocks or toys or anything like that. And I didn't this time. I got lazy and I paid for it. But anyway, there was a rock, pretty good size rock, in the yard, and I hit it with the mower. And as soon as I did, the deck started vibrating and shaking really bad. We actually broke one of the spindles. I don't remember which side it was. I think it was this one. So I did have to have that replaced. And that was when I went ahead and got new blades because it bent that blade. So that was when I got the blades the second time. So that was the only maintenance issue caused by me. I have replaced the deck belt once. It snapped on me in the middle of mowing. It was old, it was stretched out, it was worn out. So I had that replaced one time. We've changed the oil every year and a new spark plug every year. But other than that, that's all the maintenance I've done to it. One belt, oil changes every year with spark plugs, the spindle, which was caused by me, and that's it. It's been a very, very good, reliable mower. You know, no real complaints. But I do want to talk to you about one issue with this mower that I really can't figure out. I think I have figured it out, but I really haven't messed with it a whole lot just because it's not really a necessity to me because I don't mow at night, but that's these headlights. So these headlights are LED. I don't know if you can see in there, but you can see the little LED chips there. They're not regular bulbs. They are LED. Now, these headlights have a tendency to flicker, not work. They worked for the first 6 months that I had the mower, and then they kind of stopped. I don't know if it's the electrical connector or if it's something to do with the bulbs, the LED chips, or the housing. But I want to go ahead and fire this up and show you what I am talking about. So let's go ahead and do that. So as you saw there, they flickered, and then when I hit the hood, they stayed running. So that leads me to believe that it's a loose electrical connection. But when we look underneath the hood here, all the connectors seem fine. That one's fine. You know, All the connections up here seem fine. There's no breaks in the wires. So I'm thinking it has something to do with that electrical connector. But I just really haven't messed with it a whole lot yet, just because I don't mow at night. So it hasn't really been a necessity to get fixed right away. But while we're underneath the hood here, so this is the 547cc overhead valve IntelliPower motor. Excuse me. It's been a great motor. The IntelliPower is an electronic throttle control system. So most of them you have a cable throttle here where you would move up and down. This one has the knob to adjust the throttle. So you have transport mode, you have idle, and then you have cut, and then you have power cut. So that turns the engine all the way up as high as it'll go, and you can use that to cut through thicker grass or taller grass, whatever. And there is the control module there. No issues with that, no complaints. Never had any troubles getting this thing to start or idle, except for when, battery dies, which, by the way, I should mention, we have put 3 batteries in this, and 2 of those were my fault just because I left it unattended for quite a while. Usually I put my stuff on a battery tender, try to make that stuff last, but 2 times I didn't, so I paid for that. Air filter housing here. There's your engine. Fuel filter here. We've replaced this once. But yeah, it's been a great mower. I have no complaints. I would highly recommend Cub Cadet to anybody looking for an affordable yet well designed and well made riding mower, but you don't want to pay high prices for some of the higher end competitors, but you don't want the cheapest out there either. This is a good mid-level. Prices have gone up on everything anymore. This one, I believe I paid $1,800 for, brand new, back when we bought it. And I believe it should show underneath the seat here. This is a 2019 model. It was manufactured in February of 2019, but I've had it for 4, so it was about a year old when I bought it, but it was still new. It was one of the last models that they had for that year going out. But I love it. No issues with the deck adjustment. No issues with the PTO. One thing I do want to mention about deck adjustments, a lot of people don't know this. They assume that these numbers mean 4 inches, 3 inches, 2 inches, 1 inches. That's not always the case. I highly recommend, when you mow your yard, if you find yourself, you like it on that setting, measure your blades, your blade height. So get up underneath there with a tape measure, measure how high that is, or how low, I should say. And make sure that you're cutting it, properly. Don't, cut it too low or cut it too high. So just keep that in mind and understand that this, this does not mean 4 inches, 3 inches, 2 inches, 1 inches. That's not what that means. We do have the foot controlled hydrostatic. So that is forward. This is reverse. So pretty nifty there. Your parking brake lever here, and then your foot mounted brake on the left there. This mower has, like I said earlier, let's see if we can get it to light up. I wish this was backlit. I do wish that. 132.5 hours. So we've got its use out of it. Like I said, I mow about 2 acres with it. Excuse me. Coming around here to the back, I've got my little makeshift hitch because I've got a wagon out back that I'll throw sticks into and then pull it back to the burn pile. But if you need to move your mower, if it dies, you pull that out. It releases the hydrostatic transmission, basically puts it in neutral, and then you can freely roll this without resistance. And then you push it back in, and the transmission is re-engaged. You've got nice rubber foot mats here on the mower. Your deck. This does have a quick connect hose adapter that you can put on here, hook your hose up to it, turn the blades on. It'll help clean out the underside of the deck. No, it does not get the deck perfectly clean. But honestly, if you were to, wow, there's a nice stick stuck in there. If you were to use this every time, it would help keep your deck a lot cleaner. but you have that as an option. You've got your guide wheels there. I've never put new tires on this thing yet. They've never went flat, and honestly, they still do the job, so I haven't worried about it too much. I highly recommend it. Like I said, this is a 2019 model. Obviously, they've changed the design a little bit on the newer ones. And then the only issue I still have is the headlights, which I will dive into that, and maybe we'll make a video on that, and I'll show you how to repair that. Comment below if anybody else has this exact mower and has had issues with those headlights. Doing that, let me know if you have a solution or what it could be. I could be totally wrong. It may not be that electrical connector. Might be something else. So comment below if you have any suggestions with that. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I just wanted to give you an update. We still got it. It still runs great. Thanks so much for stopping by. If you liked the video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. And if you're stopping by for the first time and you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, ring that bell, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.